Hi guys, this is Nimisha. Welcome to another episode of Girl Up. Well, today's guest is a very special person. She has been my classmate for the last 1 year at ISB. I call her the Wonder Woman of ISB CO20. The reason is simple. In 1 year at our time in ISB together, she has participated in every sport, constantly pushing her limits. Every question she asked in class brought out a new perspective. She can sing beautifully, and she's one of the finest people that I've met in ISB. I would like to welcome Mariam. Hi, Mariam. Welcome to
Hey, Nimisha. Thank you so much. That was such a sweet intro. I really liked it, and I'm so happy that you asked me to join this show and be a part of it. Thank you, and it's a great initiative that you've taken up as well.
Thank you so much. So, before we dig into the question, I'll just give my audience a little background about your career. So, you have an experience of 2.5 years before you joined ISB, right? You were a business analyst before you joined ISB. So, you have done your undergraduate from St. Stephen's College, Delhi University, into mathematics, which itself is a very distinct kind of a career to follow. Apart from that, as I said, you've been actively engaged in sports and in music. So today in this video, we'll speak about all of this. So here comes the first question, Mariam. Are you ready?
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
Since you are an undergraduate in mathematics, can you tell my audience what are the different career that one can pursue after a graduation in mathematics? Like you went ahead for being a business analyst. So how did that happen?
So first I'll tell you what are the different career options that you have if you pursue mathematics, and then I'll tell you why I got into business analytics.
Okay.
Now, the first thing is that when you study mathematics, you develop these skills in logical thinking, problem solving, and decision making, which is always valued by employers. So, when I was in college, almost all the companies that came, they would come for students who are either in economics or mathematics honors. So, the options are limitless. I can just list a few. So, there were the obvious consulting companies, investment banking, financial services. So, I mean, I don't think there is any restriction on the kind of role that you can do. You can even enter something like sales and marketing. Considering it's your first job right out of undergraduation, they'll teach you what you have to do. But I think these kind of skills, which is like I mentioned, logical thinking and everything, which is required in every role that you work in. Now, the reason I picked business analytics is that in my first year, I had done an internship with a data analytics company called Market Intelligence. And from then only, I realized that I have a knack for looking at numbers, analyzing trends, figuring out what is the reason for this. So
Okay.
that's when American Express came to campus for a business analyst role, I realized that that is the right option for me and that's what I should go for. So it honestly also depends on the role that you enter into after undergraduation, because you don't know what you want until you try something. Like while I had a slight idea after my internship, I think it got solidified after entering Amex and doing that role as a business analyst when I realized that, okay, this is actually what I want to do. So use your time when you're in college, whenever you have the summer vacation, use that to do internships so that you have opportunities to do various roles so that you have an understanding of where is it that your interest lies, and then try going ahead with that and solidifying your ground in that role.
So, Mariam, during your interview, I know it's been around 3.5 years now, but do you recall what kind of questions they asked for your Amex interview? Like, what are the skills that they're looking for in a business analyst?
Right. So I'll actually give you examples of the other business analyst roles that I applied for and the questions they asked there, because primarily because when I interviewed for Amex, I think it's because I was right out of undergraduation. They only asked me HR questions based on the values that I follow, and if it matches what they follow as their values. So they have something called blue box values, and they wanted to see if I'm a perfect fit for their organization. So I don't think that's the right way, because nowadays, when or whatever the roles that I've applied for currently in terms of business analysts, they want to see your problem solving skills. So they always ask brain teasers to see, okay, can you think in that direction? How is your thought process, and if it is streamlined or not? So you should always keep working on brain teasers. Do something like this in your free time, so that when the time comes, whatever question they ask, you're able to answer it over there. Like, you can think of it in the right manner, the right process that you have to go about it, and you like follow the right process to answer those questions. Yeah.
Right. So they're basically checking how you think about a question rather than seeing how accurate you are. And of course, accuracy would matter because it's a competition at the end of the day. But
Right.
about your thought process and how you approach a problem.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
Great. So I think that would help the people who are aspiring to be business analysts. That was a good answer, actually. If I'm not wrong, you want to pursue your career in business analysis further ahead, right? Like after the MBA also. So, what
Right. Yeah.
skills that you think like you acquired maybe during your job, which you think are something which every business analyst must have, and maybe the young people who will be watching the show could hone or build up on those skills from early on, if there are any.
Right. So the skills that I thought were useful for me, and now, so first I'll tell you what worked for me
Hmm.
and what I'm working on as well, so that it'll help me in the future.
Sure.
So what worked for me was that, because I have a knack for numbers and because I like looking at different trends, my Excel skills were very, like, I would always want to dig deeper into data sets, try to understand why is something happening, why is something not happening. So I definitely say that uh, build on your Excel knowledge, try to figure out how you can do data analysis through Excel.
Hmm.
And now I feel like a lot of companies are, so Excel is for smaller databases. So companies are now moving into SQL and Python so that they can work on larger databases, and that's what I'm doing. Considering I want to work, get into data analytics furthermore, get deeper into that role. I realized that I need to upskill myself and do things which most recruiters are looking for right now. So which I realized is something like SQL and Python, and I'm doing courses on that. And I would really recommend you and whoever's watching this, if you want to do like whatever role that you're looking for, it's not just data analytics or business analyst, you figure out what the recruiters are looking for, what are the skill sets that the recruiters are looking for, and upskill yourself in those skill sets. Because you are competing against an n number of other people who may have these skill sets. So you have to distinguish yourself and be above the others, go beyond what you already showcase. So try to keep upskilling yourself is what I'm going to say.
Right.
Um, and other than that, also, like, for business analysts, and this is not just for business analysts, try going above and beyond. Like, say you're only required to do some tasks, but try doing more than that, so that your manager knows that, okay, this person is very diligent, they want to do more, and they'll also start building trust in you.
Hmm.
They'll realize what your potential is, and they'll also start challenging you. So that's how you learn. I feel like you should always be challenged. Your goals should be a little above what you can achieve, so that you work harder to strive those goals.
Wow, that's a fabulous point, actually. That's a very
Yeah.
good point. Okay, so now we've spoken about your career and you've shared some very interesting perspective, Mariam. Let's talk about your personal life. And I, for one person, I do not know anything about MMA. So please tell us, how did you get introduced to MMA, and what are the different aspects of mixed martial arts? Can anybody do it? Like, give me some pointers. I have no clue.
Okay, cool. So actually, how I started MMA was when I was in college. I regularly do something to stay fit, whether it's playing football or any other sport. And once I graduated and came to start working, I realized that I didn't enjoy gymming and running as much, and I wanted to play some sort of sport or do some activity which is not the same thing every day, but something different. So that's when a friend of mine introduced me to mixed martial arts, and I'm so thankful to her, because it's not only helping me keep fit, but it's also useful in my day-to-day life in terms of protecting myself in case something happens. It helps me. I know that I can take care of myself in case something happens on the streets.
Okay.
So now, when you said that can women also do MMA, is it only for men? There's nothing like that. There are multiple trainers in the academy that I go to who are female trainers. There are tournaments for women, and if you're not comfortable training with other men, I'm sure there are places, even the academy that I go to, they have sessions just for women, or they try to gauge the interest of the women to see if they want a separate session just for them, so that they don't have to do it with men. So there's no such thing that it's only for men or women. I would actually encourage all women to go ahead and start learning MMA only for protecting yourself, being independent. You don't have to be in like I don't know, the streets and all. We hear cases every day, every few days. So to keep yourself, I mean, safe from all these things or protected, I think it's really important for everyone to take up something like this.
Right. So I'm not very athletic. So can
Yeah.
I also basically get enrolled in one of these training institutes and start from the scratch? Have you seen?
Yeah. Definitely. So when I started, I mean, though I am athletic, I mean, I have played sports and everything. MMA is completely new. It's nothing that I've done before.
Hmm.
So I also started from scratch, and there are various things in MMA as well. There's something called jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai. So
Hmm.
Muay Thai is basically boxing and doing kicks. If you're more comfortable doing that, you can stick to that. And jiu-jitsu is where you use your body to pin people down, or I mean, I'm not the perfect person to explain what it is, but I mean, there's more physical contact when it comes to Muay Thai. Oh,
Okay.
sorry, Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I don't think there's any restriction. So you're not into exercise or something. That doesn't mean that you can't do MMA. It's for everyone. And they have beginners classes as well. Their job is to teach you from scratch, try to
Right.
get you to understand. So there were all different kinds of people there who came for the training as well. Actually, my mom at some point also, it was not exactly MMA, but she did some sort of classes like this in some other academy as well. Yeah. So she also, if she can also do it, then I think anyone can. And she's not into sports like or anything like that.
Okay. Great. Great. So which institute did you go to? Like maybe just people could look it up maybe in their places.
Yeah, so actually, it's called Warriors Cove MMA. It's in Gurgaon. So definitely, you should definitely check it out because so the instructors there are relatively like I think a few years older than me only. So
Okay.
they understand how the young mindset works and everything. So
Right.
it's really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And if once this lockdown ends, I'd love to go back as well.
Wow. Great. So apart from having some cool moves and kicks and punches, you're also a trained singer, right?
Yeah, I mean, so it's been a while since I've trained in singing. So I did complete grade 5 Trinity for Western vocals. But then I realized that once I started doing these exams, I stopped enjoying singing, and I felt like okay, I'm singing just to clear these exams. So that's why I
Hmm.
stopped taking classes and I started doing it in my spare time, singing whenever I can. Like in college, also I tried to do it.
Yeah.
I also do it because I have like the stage fright, so I need instances to help me overcome that. So yeah, I do try to sing wherever I can.
Yeah, you
And
sing beautifully. And thankfully, I had one show with you. So these days, you've been learning ukulele, right? That's what you told me. So tell me, what are the different sources from where you've been learning? And if people want to learn, what can they do?
so I'll just give a disclaimer here that I'm an amateur and like I don't know if I'm the right person to give you all this knowledge, but what I'm doing it is that because I don't have any background in terms of guitar. I've played the keyboard, but guitar I've always found it challenging, and I don't have any background. I thought instead of paying for something right now, I'll do YouTube. See if YouTube has some ukulele lessons, just so that I can see how comfortable I am picking up these skills and learning a little bit from there. And then if I start building an interest in the instrument, then I can start going for classes and build on that further. So right now, I'm basically using YouTube to learn these things, and you just type on the search bar saying that ukulele lessons for beginners, and there are lots of options, and they teach you very well also. So you should definitely check it out. Yeah.
Nice. So it was great conversing with you, Mariam, about your career and the various things that you pursue. Do you have any message for the young viewers of this channel and especially girls?
So one thing I'd definitely like to say, and this is for the girls, and I'll tell you otherwise also, but don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something, especially because you're a girl. It's for you to figure out if you can do something or not. And if you can't find opportunities for yourself, create some. So the only reason I say this is because when I was in Stephens, we saw that there was a guys football team, but there was nothing for girls. And there were a few of us who were interested in football. So we created an opportunity for ourselves by talking to the principal, talking to the coach, and slowly we've gained interest from the rest of the batch as well. And finally, by the end of our third year, we formed a football team. And this year, we found out that college has a football quota for girls now. So we're
Oh,
very
wow.
proud of that. So I'm just going to say that if you can't find opportunities, definitely create some for yourself if possible. Try finding people who will support you in such things, endeavors. And otherwise, the advice that I'd like to give is that I mean, yes, career is important, your education is important, but do try honing other skills as well. So if it's not sports, I mean, I'm not saying you have to do sports. I mean, it's a great way to keep fit, and I would definitely recommend it. But other skills also, like singing, dancing, do something so that in your spare time, that's something that you can develop and work on.
Wow. That's a great advice. Uh, Thank you so much for doing this, Mariam. It was
Yeah,
talking to you like this.
no, giving me this opportunity as well. Like, it was great talking to you, and I hope the women or the children, girls are inspired after listening to all these stories. I saw your previous podcast as well. It was really inspiring. It was really good. So I hope they
Thank you.
learn something and they take away something from this.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this video with everyone who's aspiring to be a business analyst or is looking forward to learn new skills. Comment with hashtag girl up and ask away any questions that you have. Also, you can share with me your feedback and share some love on this channel. Do subscribe to it, hit like on the video, and also hit the bell icon so that you stay updated about any other video that I upload. Well, I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching this podcast till the end. Love you. Bye.